Would you shoot an arrow if you don't know what your target is? Or maybe would you go on a road trip and you don't know what your destination is? It sounds crazy, right? The problem is this is what happens to a lot of teams who are looking to improve their user onboarding. Hey, it's Ramley John, Managing Director here at Product Led, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the one key to improving the user onboarding experience. If you get this step wrong, everything else will fail. It's so easy to get caught up with all the bells and whistles and tools and hacks and emails with user onboarding. So, are you ready to hear this one key to improving your user onboarding? It's this. Before you think about an onboarding redesign by adding another product tool or rewriting your onboarding emails, you need to first understand your users. Whether your effort is to improve your user onboarding ends in success or failure ultimately boils down to how well you understand what exactly your users are hoping for. If you fail to realize this, you could lose a potential customer, and with each churn sign up, your overall CAC increases. And for users, they've just wasted their time and effort trying out your product. For this reason, your team must have a crystal clear picture of what exactly your users' desired outcomes are. Because once you're able to fully understand what users truly want, you can design a reliable onboarding flow that turns the hope of users into excitement. So, why do users sign up for a product? When you boil it down, onboarding is really about changing someone's behavior so that they can experience a better life. Users are frustrated or annoyed with something, and they sign up for a product to make their lives easier. Primary goal of user onboarding isn't to onboard them to a future, but to help them become better versions of themselves. It doesn't matter if you sell lip gloss, copywriting service, or software, people are buying a better version of themselves. Let's say your phone is a distraction during the day to the point that work is placed on the back burner. To combat this intrusion on your productivity, you buy a timed lockbox to keep the phone hidden and you don't get distracted. What you're really buying is a way to avoid distractions from your mobile phone during work hours so you can get more important things done. At the core of this idea is the Jobs to be Done framework and theory by Clay Christensen. He's an innovation expert and best-selling author of The Innovator's Dilemma. Now, Jobs to be Done is the process that consumers go through whenever they aim to transform their existing life situation. To enable a life transformation, customers hire products to solve a problem or to satisfy a need. This is known as a customer job. For example, a customer job could be, when I'm hungry, I want to cook raw chicken so I can eat it and satisfy my hunger. So you could hire a stove to make fried chicken, or hire a grill to barbecue it, or you could even hire an oven to bake chicken. When people try a product, what they're really doing is trying to close the gap between their current circumstance, being hungry, and their final aspiration, in this case, having a good meal and being full of energy. Successful onboarding experiences are like a sturdy bridge between the gap so users can safely cross over to the desired outcome. Now, another way to look at user onboarding is that if users are hiring a product to do a customer job, then user onboarding really is just an interview process. And to nail the job interview, you have to first know what job you're being interviewed to do. Do you think you'd be successful if you prepared yourself for a product management role when the interview really is all about being good at sales development? I think not. So to nail the job interview with users, you must first know what job your product is being hired to do. And for that, it's essential to understand that there are 3 interconnected reasons that users could be signing up for a product. First is the functional component. Now, when someone talks about customer jobs, they're usually referring to the functional component of the Jobs to be Done framework. Functional jobs involve specific outcomes that users are looking for or trying to solve after working with a product. One famous example is from Harvard Business School professor Theodore Levitt. And this is what he said: people don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill. They want a quarter-inch hole. Quarter-inch hole is the functional job the drill must do. Now, I believe we can take this analogy even further by describing the purpose of the quarter-inch hole. Maybe it's to hang photos so your home feels more homely, or maybe to build a shelf so you can put up your books so you can look smart. That would be the true functional job of the quarter-inch hole. It's important to look further than what appears on the surface. Here's another example with a SaaS business, Canva, a graphic design platform that's great for making invitation, business cards, Instagram posts, and even more. At the surface level, Canva's functional job is to help people easily create custom designs. But at a deeper level, it depends on who's using the product. For a paid ads marketer, Canva's functional job is to quickly create high converting on-brand visual assets for social ad campaigns. For a teacher, Canva's functional job is to create engaging visual aids that help them teach abstract concepts to their students. For a local coffee shop business owner, Canva's functional job is to create, download, and print flyers to help drive foot traffic to their business. Functional jobs are as complex as a number of market segments that you serve. Segmenting and personalizing the user onboarding experience for different customer job is one of the low-hanging fruits of improving your onboarding experience. This is exactly why Canva asks new users what they'll be using their app for during the user onboarding. For your product, what are the desired outcomes that users want to achieve when they sign up for it? Second is the emotional component. The second component of the customer job is the emotional component. It's how users feel or how they want to avoid feeling after they've accomplished their desired outcome with your product. Our products meet an emotional need for people who use them. And it's a big reason why they end up purchasing. For Canva users, it could be to stimulate creativity without any design training or natural visual skill, just like me. When it comes to your product, what emotions do you want your customers to feel or avoid feeling as a result of using it? The third component of a customer job is the social component. Now, when we invest time and effort into a product, we do so in a social context, whether that's at home with our family or at work with our colleagues. You can't ignore this. We communicate our values when we make a purchase, but we also signal to others how we want to be perceived. Take, for instance, one of Canva's social ads on Facebook, which reads, "No design experience? No problem." Canva makes it easy for anyone to create professional designs that are sure get you noticed. This ad makes Canva's social job super obvious. It's to help create professional designs that get your boss and coworkers to take notice of you even with zero design training or experience. You might hear them say, "Wow, this design is beautiful. I didn't know you were so creative. Good job, Ramley." Sure, I'd like to hear that. For your product, how does it impact how your customers are perceived by others once they've accomplished the desired outcome? Are they seen as more knowledgeable? Do you make them look more professional? Do you help them become the hero in their workplace? Understanding a product's functional, emotional, and social jobs help produce a clearer picture of what your users' desired outcomes are. So the question is, how do you bridge the gap between your users' current circumstance to their desired outcome? For that, you need to recognize the 4 progress-making forces that influence people to stick with what they have right now, the status quo, or take the leap forward with a new solution. First is the push to find a new solution due to current problems. Second, the pull from what could be achieved with this new product. Third is the anxiety around the risk of moving to a new product. And fourth is the inertia of not wanting to change. To onboard customers successfully to your product, you need to understand the push, strengthen the pull, calm the anxiety, and overcome that inertia. Let's take a look at Canva again. When we look at it, the reason for subscribing could involve the following forces. First is the push to find a new solution. You might hear, we want to experiment with different types of creatives for our Facebook ads. but we can't afford to continue hiring a freelancer to update the creatives for our Facebook ads. Second is the pull of a new solution. If we use a tool that provides us with templates for Facebook ads, we can get variations of creatives for our ads without having to deal with finding, hiring, and paying for a freelancer. Third is anxiety of what could happen. What if Canva doesn't have any Facebook ad templates that we like? We've tried 3 other tools for this job and none of them have been very good. And fourth, the inertia of not wanting to change. We've already got a good working relationship with one of our freelancers. Sure, the cost and availability might be a problem and an issue, but will the designs in Canva ever be as good as a qualified designer? During user onboarding, Canva's team needs to amplify the pain of their current situation, the push, while at the same time explaining the benefits of the product, the pull. They also need to provide guidance for complicated tasks, which helps them calm anxiety of new users, while also overcoming the inertia of not wanting to change. This approach to user onboarding helps new users to deeply understand the value a product can provide, while defeating the emotion that stands in the way of moving forward, no matter how complex it is. Now that we're here, how do you determine a product's functional, emotional, and social jobs along with the 4 progress-making forces? The best way to uncover valuable insights like this is through user interviews. Now, some of you might be just rolling your eyes and saying, executing user interviews is too time-consuming. And for introverts like myself, it's sweat-inducing experience. Whenever the product-led team does onboarding workshops, we have at least one person ask, do we really have to do user interviews? And Wes and I say, always, of course. Understanding your users through customer research is the key to improving your user onboarding and retention. When you find the patterns in the stories of people who understand your product and understand what got them so darn excited about your product and continue using it, that's when the light bulb happens. The main focus should be to attract and create more core users who are excited, who have fallen in love with your product. These useful insights can help onboarding team deliver a more engaged, relevant, and impactful user onboarding experience. The product team will have a better idea of which features and product actions to direct users to. The marketing, sales, and support team can better craft better messaging and prepare responses to your users' anxieties and objections. Whether you're a seasoned pro at user interviews or just starting out, the product-led team provides a step-by-step guide to help you do just that. You can head over to productled.com/user-interviews to get this. We provide samples and templates to get you started. We also supply you with strategies to summarize your research into actionable insights that we've discussed in this video. Well, that's it for now. Before I leave, I want to remind you that all of this content and video is an excerpt from the upcoming book that I've written with Wes Bush called Eureka: How to Onboard New Users and Turn Them into Lifelong Customers. You can download the first chapter for free and join the waitlist now at eurekaframework.com. If you found this video valuable, kindly share it with your colleagues. Don't forget to also subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos to help you grow your business faster with product-led growth. That's all for this video. This is Ramli John, Managing Director at Product Led. Happy growing and see you in the next video.